Hi, my name is Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about astral traveling, but that's not what you think. Because, okay, let's just say a lot of you have maybe watched American Horror Story, maybe you saw it on TikTok, maybe you saw it on wherever, but you found that astral traveling was cool. It is cool, it's a beautiful thing, it's a beautiful gift. Some people are born with the ability to just leave their body and wander around. Some people are. It takes them working up to the point of them having to open the ability. But the thing is, and some of you will try to force open the ability when, one, you don't connect to the creator, two, you're not connecting to your guides, and three, you're not even connecting to yourself. Now, gifts come from God. In this life or past lives, they can be given, they can be taken. They're channeled by our guides. Our guides are responsible for channeling the gifts. And we have to have balanced chakras when we do this. I've been seeing this a lot. So basically in lives, in just throughout, I've been having to make this a topic because you guys are just, yes, it's a beautiful thing to astral travel, but most of you are not actually astral traveling. And even if you did, there's a whole rule book to astral traveling. There's an entire rule book which you can, there's not just one or two rules. There's not just 10 rules. There's not just 20 rules. There's a long list of rules for you to astral travel to be completely safe. You can find these in, there's different guides online, but there's certain occult books that you'll find, certain just things of knowledge, but you have to do a lot of studying because everything plays into role. Number one, I'm not going to tell you the whole rule book. I'll tell you a few things that you guys, because some of you are going to try it anyway. I'm going to tell you right now, most of you have, who think you've astral traveled, haven't actually traveled. You might have did lucid dreaming or just some kind of other astral exercise. But most likely your guides will not let you astral travel. You can try to force their hand. The worst you'll get is headaches, sleep problems. You'll have bad smells, like some of you will smell smoke and fire. So you'll just get kind of scared, and that'll make you guys stop trying to astral travel. But your guides are protecting you when they don't let you astral travel. Most of you, if you freely astral traveled, even if you wanted to, no matter how much you really wanted to, maybe you saw an American Horror Story and thought it was cool, and now you want to astral travel, well, guess what? There's a cord to yourself and your body. When you leave that cord, I'm just going to say right now, I know a lot of you haven't successfully astral traveled and you're just kind of making it up in your heads. That's a good thing because you haven't actually come back with the attachment. Some of you are forcing your guides, but you can't force a guide. You're just kind of nagging your guides. Hey, I want to astral travel. I want to astral travel. Okay. Well, you're not cleansed. Your room isn't protected. You're not protected. Maybe it's too cold in the room. Maybe there's maybe it's not the right weather to astral travel, because that's a thing too. Different environmental circumstances. Maybe if there's a lot of crime in your neighborhood and you're walking outside your body, and maybe someone just got shot down the street. Now there's a bunch of dark entities. They notice you. They come back home with you. You have an attachment. Now things are weird. One major thing with astral traveling, you're not supposed to go certain places. Like flat out, like a lot of people, the first thing they try to do when they're astral traveling, oh, I want to go to area 51. They'll try it, and for the people who are not just making it up in their heads, the people who do try it, they come back, because there's a slim chance you don't really come back, and there's a large chance that you don't fully come back normal. You'll feel lagged, you'll feel slow, you'll feel drained, everything around you, you'll have every symptom of ADHD. You will not feel normal again, no matter how hard you try. It might take you years to get to feeling normal again. You might have to, just so many different things, because if you're pushing, your guides, they'll help you astral travel. If it's in your natural gifts that you've already probably astral traveled and not even knew what it was before you actually did it. So basically, you'll get up, you'll walk out of your body, you'll see your body in the bed, and you're like, oh, you'll think it's sleep paralysis. You'll look at your guides, you'll see a bunch of shadow people in the room. Some of it could be your guides, some of them could be lurker spirits. Depends. If you're a good person, you probably have good guides. If you're a bad person, you probably have bad things trying to guide you to get energy. happens. After that, I'm not going to explain too much after that. You can go to different places, etc. But there's so many different rules, because if you're trying to go to a place that, like Area 51, because let's just say they know about you guys trying to astral travel and find out information. It's all in, they've released several files. The government released several files on astral traveling. They did it a long time ago. It's not news to them. It's not news to anyone. It exists. Yeah. But when you try to go into government bases and be like, oh, I'm going to astral travel into a government base, I'm not going to talk too much about that either. Thing is, it's ridiculous, because you're trying to intrude. It's just like you're trying to poke the porcupine. Number one, you might not even be able to astral travel there. Number two, even then, you're putting your energy in a place it's dangerous. You know it shouldn't have been. You know you should not be doing it. You know there's consequences, and you're still doing it. You're gonna get an energy slapback, because they do protections. They have their own. They're smart. This video is not exposing anything, but if you did say that you had to astral travel to Area 51, you found out all this information, you're most likely just making stuff up. And a lot of people, when they astral travel, one giant problem too is that people get super, super ungrounded. So for people who attempt astral traveling, or actually do succeed in astral traveling, and they're not fully established, maybe their chakras are not aligned, you're going to emphasize that. And in the spiritual world, everything shows. So if you have problems that you have internalized, but you take that with you when you're walking around, when you're going to different locations, that's amplified. Now it's raw. Now it's just the straight meat of who you really are is now being shown. And guess what? Like attracts like. Dark entities are, if you have a blockage that you haven't even resolved, if you're a hateful person, guess what? You light up to more, like a light bulb, you light up to other hateful people who were once people, and now they're coming home with you. And that's one thing too. A lot of you who actually succeed in astral traveling, when you have no idea what you're doing, will come home with attachments. Things will be weird. Things will be moving and flying all over the place around the house. There'll be bad smells. Things will be accidentally setting themselves on fire. Technology will be cracking, breaking, like just dark things. It'll look like poltergeist activity, and you can potentially pick up poltergeist activity from doing that. A lot of you don't even know how to call your energy back. One day I might do a class on astral traveling, or how you guys can safely do it. I'm not going to tell you all the rule books. There's information everywhere online about it, but you'll have to collectively study it, because you can't just go out and do it by yourself. Dilly-dally, just trying to do it. Like I said, most of you are just making it up, which is a really good thing. It's kind of like when someone tries to get themselves a Moldavite, and they're completely ungrounded, and they get themselves fake Moldavite, and they're like, I can't handle its energies. And I'm like, blue and red Moldavite doesn't exist. That's just glass. And they're like, but I can't hold it. Like, it's too much power. It's the same people who said, I astral traveled to Area 51 and I saw all these Martians. And no, a lot of people who do want to astral travel so badly to the point where they're just wasting. Like I said, it's a beautiful gift. It's a beautiful thing to be able to do. But be fully grounded before you're doing it. Ask yourself, what's your intention in doing this? Are you trying to be like the next undercover spy, and just I wanna come up with the next big conspiracy theory? Just, you're gonna hurt yourself if you actually succeed when you do it. Your guides, if you're a genuinely good person, will completely block you from doing that. They'll be like, when you try to get up out of your body, they'll kind of push you back down. They won't help you up. There's certain ways that you can hack past astral traveling, but when you do that, it's scary. I've accidentally done it. I'm not gonna say how. It's flat out scary. Because, and that was a very long time ago. It's kind of an astral travel hack, which I will not ever teach on here. I will not teach anyone it, because it's not good. It goes past. You try to slip past your guides, and someone else is helping you do it, and your guide's like, your guides will push away whatever is trying to help you that's not good. But if you keep pushing past your guides, they're going to eventually be like, okay, I'll let him learn his lesson. And that's what can happen to a lot of you guys. So be very careful. A lot of you who I've seen astral travel and actually do make it past, like I said, most of the time, You guides are very persistent in pushing you down. Most of you don't know the hack to try to get past it. It's not even a good hack. It's just horrible. It's not of light. It's not good. But, like I said, that is knowledge no one will ever find out because I'm not telling anyone that. But if you want to astral travel, connect to your main guide. Talk to them about it. Go to someone who is actually in an initiated tradition, who's able to tell you what that is and the properties of it, and who can just... You can't be on your own doing it. It's very dangerous. Even some people who are in initiated traditions can lead you completely wrong, and you will just be out of your body and stuck and just not feel good and just feel horrible. Like, you'll feel spacey all the time after you astral travel. I mean, because there's a whole category, like I said. There's the people who make it up. There's the people who kind of do it, and their guides force them down very badly. Like, no, don't try to leave. Don't try to do this ridiculous thing because you don't know what you're doing at all. You're just, your bedroom's a mess. There's no protections around you. There's no protections on you. You're not doing this correctly. Your house is not like aligned. Like, the feng shui is off. Like, everything's off. Like, just, it's not the right conditions for it. And you try to force past it. Most of you will get like a very scary experiment. I mean, a very scary experience, and that's kind of like your eye opener. But some of you, if you don't learn past that, you might actually make it and kind of slip past your guides. But do you really want to slip past the help and then have something else that's really dark guide you and then come back with you, or come back conjoined with you, or just... No, you don't. It's not fun. You'll either have like freakish insomnia, freakish you can't wake up, freakish you don't remember a bunch of stuff. Don't do it. If you're going to actually do it and it's in your natural gift set, study it. So for the people who do want to astral travel, because some of you won't listen to me, and I'll just tell you right now, for the people who actually do want to astral travel, number one, evaluate your intentions. Why are you astral traveling? Are you trying to become the next big conspiracy theorist? Are you trying to like make history and revolution? Are you trying to go against the government and be just completely ridiculous and be rebellious and just try to expose people? Like, that's not of light. That's not good. What you're doing is not good. Confront your other intentions, because like I said, when you go on the astral plane, all your intentions are exposed. You're naked, you're raw, you're bare, everything's shown. And now just do a lot of research into it. Don't do it because you watched American Horror Story and it's cool. Do it because it's a beautiful thing of this world. Do it because you want to enjoy. You're doing it out of love, out of happiness, out of fun. You're not trying to dig up information on someone. You're not trying to do crazy things. You're not trying to harm people in the astral realm. You're not trying to, because like I said, like attracts like. You will bring back whatever you just left with if you actually do succeed. But do your research. It's not even what online says. It's not, most of online. It's not like American Horror Story, or just like, because a lot of you will watch TV or a movie and like, I want to astral travel now, and then you've never even meditated or heard about crystals or heard about just different ways to line your chakras, but you want to astral travel. Like I said, luckily, like red or blue moldavite, most of you are going to make it up, and that's a good thing because most of you will be very saved. But if you have any questions, ask them in the comment sections. I think this is a very necessary video. Until then, I will see you guys next time. Ciao!